Hey, what's up, y'all? James Casino, Chocolate Man in Thailand. I just wanted to throw this little disclaimer in. So the video I'm about to show you is my friend Kyle, who just got an ASQ, and he's gonna talk about his personal experience. All right, it's not a how-to video. It's not a know-all, be-all, end-all type video. It doesn't have every single piece of information you need to know. It doesn't have step-by-step procedures, anything like that. You guys can see what he went through and just get the first-hand knowledge from him. Hopefully it helps you guys out. Just remember, it is not the final word about anything, all right? It is just a personal experience story about what he went through. So I hope you guys take it as that. Go easy in the comments. Kyle will be looking at the comments section, maybe answering a few questions, or if you have a direct question for him that he doesn't answer, let me know. I'll try to get it to him and I can maybe help you out there, okay? But just remember, not a how-to video. Thanks, guys. Hey, what's up, y'all? James Casino, Chocolate Man in Thailand, and I'm here with my boy Kyle today. We are gonna do a little interview talking about his experience when he decided that he absolutely positively wanted to come back to Thailand. He was stuck in the States and he was like, I gotta get back. I gotta get back to Thailand. He's like, let me start the process and come back to Thailand from the United States in the middle of the world's biggest pandemic. And he's gonna talk to you about the challenges and everything he had to do to make that happen. So I'll turn it over to Kyle and we'll talk about that very thing. All right, Kyle, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Who are you?
Kyle, I'm from Ohio, born and raised in Northwest Ohio. 44, I've been living abroad for about 8 years now. Started in the Philippines, lived there for 6 years, and then I moved to Thailand. Been here 2 years, almost 2 years.
So you're sitting in the States and you're like, man, I want to get back to Thailand. This is what month was that?
This started, I would say, May or June.
May or June of 2020.
2020, yeah.
Okay, so how did that start? I mean, you're like, hey, I decided I'm in the States, you know, it's the middle of a pandemic, I want to go to Thailand. What happened? How'd you do it?
Well, I started looking into what kind of visa can I get, you know. I'm not 50 yet, so I can't get the retirement visa. You know, the only visa that I had was the tourist visa. And at the time, that was not good enough to get back into the country. So the only option I had was the Thai Elite visa.
No kidding, okay.
So what I did was I did my research, and you get the 5-year one, you could get the 10-year one. For me, my best option was getting the 5-year Thai Elite visa. And the fee was something I was willing to pay. So I just went ahead and started the process.
Okay, so what happened after that? So you got approved for the Elite, or what? I mean, was there any other requirements? You still had to get here, so how
They
how
have
was
to
that
fill
going?
out the application online.
Okay.
And then they have to approve you. That process takes about a week. Once you get approved, you have to pay the fee, right? That takes time, right?
Really?
That takes about a month, right? For me, a month. So once I got to approval, I went ahead and paid the fee. And then once you pay the fee, they make you a member. So that process took about a month.
About a month, from start to finish, only a month?
From start to finish, I would say 2 months.
2 months,
2
not
months.
bad, not bad. So you paid your money, did your application, all that, and then they got back to you and said, hey, you're a member.
Yes, once I paid the fee, it was within about a week that I was a member.
Awesome. So you got your Elite, and now you're just sitting there in the States, and you can come over to Thailand, right? That's it?
That was the easy part.
Oh, okay.
That was the easy part. So I looked on the Thai Elite website, and they had all the lists of everything that you need to get into Thailand. First of all, you need to get the Thai health insurance, right? Which covers COVID, right? You can get that through the Thai Elite membership website, right? Then you have to get a ASQ quarantine hotel, right?
Okay.
Then you have to get the certificate of entry and a sticker put into your passport.
Wow.
So the only place you could get the sticker, no, in the past you could come into the country and they would affix the sticker to your passport once you come into Thailand. Now you have to go to a embassy or consulate, right? So what you do is You send your passport to them. You can apply in person or you can send it through the mail, right? They will affix the sticker to your passport and they will issue a certificate of entry, which is for a specific flight for a certain day.
Okay,
right?
very specific requirements.
Yes.
Okay.
So once you have the certificate of entry and the sticker and the insurance and the ASQ hotel, you are allowed entry back into the kingdom.
Wow. Okay.
So,
but all these ducks have to be in a row per se.
you have to have everything, and they will check your paperwork before they even let you on the plane.
Uh-huh.
But there's one more thing you have to do. The last thing that is very important is you have to have a negative COVID test. The results have to be within 72 hours of your departure.
Wow.
If it's beyond that, they will not even let you check into the airport. Into the airplane.
So how did you decide on your ASQ hotel? Like, how did that process go?
I just went online and started Google quarantine hotels in
'cause
Thailand.
there's a lot of them, right?
There's 122
Yeah.
hotels to choose from.
So was there anything that kind of drove you towards the hotel you picked, and would you pick a different one?
It was the price, the size of the room, balcony, and the ability to leave your room at some point.
Awesome, awesome. So that's why you made that choice. All right.
Yes.
And if you guys haven't seen the ASQ video that I did with Kyle, make sure you check that out. I'll have the link below. All right. What about the airline? Like, how did you decide what airline to fly? Like, is there a bunch of airlines
they have
flying?
certain flights that have reparation flights. What you do is you can go to the Thailand Elite website, or you can go to the Thai consulate or embassy website, and they have a list
Does it matter
of flights.
which embassy you go to? Like, which embassy did you work with?
I went to, since I'm from Ohio, I had to go through the consulate in New York.
New York, okay.
Yes. So I went to the website and it has a list of flights that are departing on a certain day coming back to Thailand. So it's only certain airlines.
Right.
So I think one is Eva Airlines. Let's see, Asiana Airlines is the one I took back into Thailand.
Okay.
So
again, very specific requirements, can only take certain airlines, and all this stuff is on the websites. That's awesome. So all in all, what would you estimate your costs were for all of this process, for your elite visa, your hotel, your plane ticket, if you don't mind telling us what that would all came up to?
Well,
just off the top of your head.
When I bought the Thai Elite membership, the fee was 500,000 baht. It's since increased.
Right.
I don't know what the cost is now.
Yeah, I believe it's 600,000, but we'll do a video on that soon. But yeah, 500,000 at that time.
That's like $17,000.
$17,000
for 5 years.
Yep. Okay.
But if you're under the age of 40 and you're not married and you don't have any Thai kids or anything, it's for me
really
it's worth it.
Yeah, it was really your only option, right?
Yeah, like my only option for. But you know, if you travel a lot like me, because I'm a merchant marine and I work 3 months on, 3 months off. So my 3 months off, I pretty much stay here.
Yep.
So it was worth it for me to
it's
get
a
the
good
Thai.
fit for your scenario. So
Perfect.
how about the airline and ASQ costs? How much did that cost you?
The ASQ hotel was 60,000 baht.
How much again?
60,000.
60,000 baht.
60,000 baht for 15 nights, 14 days.
Wow. Okay.
So when you first arrive at the hotel, it's day 0.
Yeah.
Right. The next day is when your time starts. Right.
I got you.
So
you had to pay for all that. How about the airline? How much?
The airline was fairly cheap. It was only like $500 one way.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not so terrible.
Not
At least
so bad.
that was probably the most. That's probably the most surprising cost of the whole thing. Is like the airline was actually reasonable considering the frequency of flights and all that.
Right.
Okay, so we've got everything. We got all our ducks in a row. We were able to get to the airport. We got our testing. We got everything that we needed to get on a flight. You made it over here to Thailand finally. Tell us about what happened once you arrived in Thailand.
Once you arrive into Thailand, you queue up, right, and they put you in a chair, and they come around, they take your temperature, and then they start checking your paperwork right away, right? They want to make sure that you've had your certificate of entry and your COVID tests, your health insurance, your visa, everything.
Yeah, and this is all checked along the way. Like when you left the U.S., when you got to your intermediate destination, and when you got to Thailand, they're always checking this paperwork.
They check it before you get on the flight in the U.S.
All
They
right.
check it again at the transit before you fly into Thailand, and then
Right.
they check it again once you arrive into the country. So they checked my paperwork 4 times. So they take you to these stations through the airport. So they want to make sure that you have everything. And the last station, they want to check your certificate of entry. After that, you go through the final guy, the immigration officer. He checks your passport, checks the stamp or the sticker in your passport, and after that, you're good to go.
Wow.
So once you get through the immigration, you go outside, you get your luggage, and then you go straight to the ASQ hotel.
No stops, no playing around,
No,
simming, nothing, huh?
no.
Got to go right to the hotel.
Right to the hotel. No stops.
No fun there. No fun there. Okay, well, we've already seen your video on ASQ, so we kind of know how your experience went there.
Yeah.
This is what we really wanted to get into, is the whole process to get from the U.S. to here, what you're going to have to go through. This is just one example. There are other paths to
Yes.
success, but this is the most realistic for Kyle, his situation, his age, everything. Those are the only way the ducks
Yeah.
were going to line, the stars were going to line up for him. This is the only way this was going to happen for him. So that's how it worked
Yeah.
out. Well, this was awesome, man. We found out some great information
Yeah.
from you. Really appreciate it. What you going to do now? Now you've arrived back in Thailand. You're in Pattaya. What are you going to do with your life now?
Just, I don't know, hang out with my friends, you know, guys I haven't seen in a very long time, and just relax, man.
Yep.
And take one day at a time for me, because I haven't been here in what, 10 months?
Yep.
Almost 11 months.
Yep.
So
Well, you earned it, brother. I know it's been a stressful time
Yeah.
trying to get here. I know there's a lot we're leaving out of the story. We just don't want to get into the personal
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah, there was definitely a lot of challenges in here. The biggest thing here is finances, patience, and getting the paperwork done accurately and dealing with the right personnel. So
Right.
I guess Thailand Elite, you'd have to give a big thumbs up to Thailand
Oh,
Elite.
no doubt they help me out a lot, right? Anytime you have any questions, you send them an email or give them a call, and they're really, really helpful, you know. And they even called me in the quarantine hotel to make sure that I was doing okay. So Thai Elite is, if you're willing to pay the money, it is the way to go. So
Totally agree. And from what we've heard from you, from your personal experience, you know, for someone in our age group and dealing with what we're having to deal with,
Yeah.
I just can't see another way of getting here. If you absolutely want to get in Thailand now, I don't see how else you're going to do it, you know, fitting those criteria. So Kyle, this was awesome. Really appreciate it. I know my viewers will appreciate your experience, what you went through, and it'll help them out. So really, really can't thank you enough for doing this. Thanks a lot, man.
you're welcome.
All right, and we're out, man. James Casino, Chocolate Man in Thailand. Catch y'all later. Hope y'all enjoyed the interview. See ya.